Hello and welcome to Awful Creepypasta. We are joined once again by Eric.
I'm fabulous.
And today is yet another special episode of Awful Creepypasta. Not because it starts a series, no. But because today we have a triple feature. We are going to do 3 stories for the price of 1. Free.
No.
And
Yay.
they are all PokEpastas. And we did these PokEpastas because our friend Eric is here. And he loves Pokemon. And here we are going to wreck his dreams.
Pokemon.
This first story is called PokEmon rEd. And I'm reading it like that because it's how Gamsey types in Homestuck. Okay, it starts, "Do not edit this page! It is supposed to have misspelling!"
They even spelled misspelling wrong.
My name is Drew. I've just got my life ruined by just one Pokemon game. I thought Pokemon was fun, but what I've been through, it's horrifying. It's a story, ... of death by Pokemon! I can't go to sleep because of how horrible the game I
Jeff
play.
didn't want you to.
Here's how it started. I woke up on a sunny Friday morning, terrifying, but I was bored.
That was a board game.
Bored.
But I was bored.
He was that guy from Ed, Edd and Eddy.
He's a bored. Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah. I thought that an old cool Pokemon game. An old cool Pokemon. There's no.
Old school. Old school.
Like Pokemon Red. I knew GameStop doesn't sell Game Boy games.
Yes, they do.
Doesn't sell
Sell.
Game Boy games.
Oh, no,
so I
not that
looked up on
Game Boy
eBay to
game,
find a
yeah,
copy
true.
of it. I only found one copy of Pokemon Red, and it cost $13.13. I see what you did there.
Why didn't you do 6.66?
I knew that was a good price, so I ordered it. In just a day, it came. It was in a box striped with duct tape. I took out my pocket knife.
Yeah.
Just when I opened it, I was surprised to see styrofoam in the box because you, Sally, only new things have styrofoam.
I wouldn't trust this guy with a pocket knife.
I threw out the styrofoam. he can't
How old
spell
was
it.
he?
And looked back in the box. An envelope was in the box. I opened the envelope and saw Pokemon Red, but something was wrong. Pokemon Red was written as PokEmon rEd. I just ignored it and slid it in my Game Boy and turned it on. I then noticed that even the title was written as PokEmon rEd. Confused, I pressed start. There was no save file, of course not. And all there was to select was new game and options. I selected new game and then noticed that things could only get much. How do you notice that things can get
How do you notice?
That's a good question.
Yeah, how do you know?
Professor Oak's lab coat looked like it had bloodstains on it.
He had
I was
killed.
instantly put in the game without naming my character or rival. I soon figured out character was named No Hope! I knew that can't be good. I walked downstairs only to walk straight into Oak's lab. My rival named rEd, just like the title, walked up and said that Professor Oak died 2 hours ago.
What?
And I should have came sooner to take his Pokemon. He's on his deathbed. We need Squirtles. We need Squirtles. And he's just like, why? And then he just dies and you just take his Pokemon.
Okay. Whatever.
He then gave me a item called Oak Photo. rEd told me to look at the photo when I missed Oak. He said, "Smell you later." Sniff. And left. The screen distorted and then was put back together at what looked like Vridden City? That's spelled wrong. That man that is in the middle of the road still laid there. I spoke to him. He coughed and spluttered like a cardinal. Red pixels was all around the man, and he was murdered. I walked past him
Like
and
he
into
had spilled
Verdant
red juice.
Forest, but instead of Verdant Forest, I was in Route 22.
What?
Right where my rival would battle you.
That'll be you.
Not the player, you. I checked my menu. Pokédex nor Pokemon was on the menu. In my trainer case was all 8 badges. When I was back at the menu, Pokemon was on it. Just in my party was a level 76 Pikachu, a level 59 Arbok, a level 81 Venusaur, and a level 1 Magikarp. Best team.
Yeah.
I went back to gameplay and I was in the Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town.
Oh.
I took one step and was in a battle. Seeing the Pokemon Ghost told me that the item that identified Ghost was not present. The level 1 Magikarp was sent out.
Attempted. Attempted.
I'm not even trying to read that.
Attempted.
To change
Attempted.
Pokemon. How do you spell that wrong? But all other Pokemon had fainted. I used Splash, but my Pokemon was scared. The Ghost used Curse. My Game Boy started to smoke.
As I threw it out, a picture of Hitler was
Game
on
Boy.
it.
I'm finally 18, bro.
Yeah.
I threw it on the ground and it sparked and blew up. Pokemon Red was still there without a scratch. I still can't sleep to this day. ... To this day, I fear Pokemon Red.
Okay. Because
Alright, I don't even want to read these comments because they're probably going to be good.
that's fine.
Sees Game Boy explode. Awesome! 10 out of 10. I saw what you did there with the price being 13, because 13 is the unlucky number, yes.
Who is that?
Okay, you can do this one.
Oh God! I searched up Pokemon Troll Pasta and this showed up. ... Well, to my reading skills, I didn't really like it. What? Well, to my reading skills,
He couldn't read it.
it revolved around
that one. You have to read like the sophisticated man. Well, to my reading skills, I didn't really like it.
It revolved around a bland, overly done Shero. Snarrow, where the main character buys a halted game on eBay. You could have gone far. Yeah, man.
You could have gone
farther
in the
story.
storyline, but messed it up when the story went nowhere. It wasn't creepy nor good, sorry, but if you can try more in the story and development when you write a pasta, that's the end. The Poke Geek says, it's good.
Element 02
What?
says, it's a very interesting concept.
No, it's not.
I would like to see what more can happen with this story, ... Like what really happened to the old man laying in the road. Why you already had 8 beds.
Act and etc.
Also, I would like to know the significance of the Magikarp, if any, and what really happens farther in the game if you can continue. It's a good start. Go. Keep up the good work.
Smiley face.
This next story is called I Am the Very Best, and it's an Emerald pasta.
Oh boy.
Great.
Pokemon Emerald was my very first Pokemon games. Unlike most of my friends, I never played Pokemon Red, Blue, or Gold, Silver as a kid.
Okay.
When I completed Pokemon Emerald, I had finally got all the Pokemon. I even got most of the unobtainable legendaries through trading. I was then sent to the Hall of Fame. He beat the game without getting to the Hall of Fame.
How?
I didn't know that wasn't supposed to happen, of course. I knew on one who had completed the game like I did. I didn't do anything.
The end.
I was just waiting for something to happen. Why? After a couple of seconds, however, I decided that probably nothing would happen and I tried walking.
It worked.
It worked. It worked.
I won! I looked around for a little bit. I was curious to see if there was anything in there because you couldn't explore it in the main game. When I had walked around the room about 10 times, I figured there was nothing to do. Disappointed, I wanted to leave the Hall of Fame, but when I wanted to walk through the door, a text box appeared. Leaving already? Where did that text box come from? There was no one in the room. I had checked that. The game gave me the option to talk back. I typed. I typed.
Wallace, is that you?
Nothing happened. The end. No, nothing happened. The end. Just when I wanted to turn off my Game Boy, another text box appeared saying, "Nay, I am not that weakling." This time I couldn't talk back, but a glitched trainer sprite walked into the screen.
I am the original champion.
Ow.
I am the original champion, the very best, like,
Like
no one ever
was.
Do.
Ba, 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 ba. I was still wondering how the game could interact with me, asking if he was Wallace.
What?
Even as a kid, I was interested in how technical stuff worked, and I could not imagine how they would make something this
could have.
I was sure the glitch sprite was Red, the original Pokemon champion, like he said. He's not the Pokemon champion in Emerald.
I am here to challenge you.
He said. But not here. I am not supposed to be here. That's why I look like this. By now, I was very confused. Why would Game Freak put something like this in their game for someone who completed the Pokédex? Find me, Red said before he faded away. It didn't make any sense. No, like his story. It didn't make any sense, ... because I was pretty sure it was Red who appeared in the game I bought a Pokemon Red game and played through it, expecting something to happen when I completed the Pokédex on that game. So I completed the Pokédex and ... nothing happened. The end. No. I tried completing Pokemon Gold version because I heard that Red was also in that game. By the time I managed to complete my Pokemon Gold game, Platinum had already come out. What is going on?
Holy crap, it took you a pretty freaking long time to beat
I
Gold.
just got Emerald. He tries beating Gold. Platinum comes out? That means he missed Diamond and Pearl. When I filled up my Pokédex in Gold, nothing happened, and I was wondering what this was all about. By now, I wasn't even sure whether or not my little encounter with Red and Emerald was a dream or not. He said, find me, and I had done what I did before twice by now, completing the Pokédex, and I couldn't find him. I thought that's it. I deckled. I decided that I would check Mount Silver.
Why would this guy try this hard?
Okay, no, here's what I'm thinking. This guy's like, oh, look, I got a glitched Emerald game. Let's buy any copy of Red. Let's buy any copy of Gold. Something better happens.
Maybe that's the creepy of the pasta. A thing, a ghost in a game that makes you buy the rest of the franchise.
You go broke.
Buy my other games!
Game Freak has some really good advertising.
Sells out.
Where even am I?
I have no idea.
Okay, here it is. I decided that I would check Mount Silver. I had already beaten Red, and I knew I disappeared.
But it was worth a try. Damn it, I disappeared. I might as well go.
When I got to the summit, I was met by a empty space. Red was not here either. That was the moment I wanted to give up, and just when I picked up my Game Boy again to get out of that place, Red walked in. It's been a long time. How have you been? No, I was shocked.
I was shocked.
Because Kaleidos is in this game. But excited at the same time. I had finally found him!
No, Alex, exited. I'm also exited at the same time.
He was shocked but exited.
You know
who is the very best, right? You have completed 3 Pokédexes, defeated countless
No, Alex,
trainers,
it's not in
gym
quotes.
leaders. Oh, yeah.
It's not in quotes.
You know who is the very best, right? And then the narrator. You have completed 3 Pokédexes, defeated countless trainers, gym leaders, and Elite 4 members. You even managed to take down my team, but ... I can't let you do that because I am the very best player that no one ever was. And no one ever will be.
That was the
This
narrator.
is so stupid. I was thrown into a battle with Red. No problem, my level 100 legendaries can take him on like it's nothing! Just like the first time. Not so much this time, though. He led off with his level 115 Charizard. My jaw dropped when I saw that level. Stupid. Not so much this time, though. I could, after he killed 4 of my Pokemon, finally beat the Charizard, but next was a level 168 Mewtwo. The only 2 Pokemon I had left were my own Mewtwo and Lugia, and neither of them had moves that could kill this thing. He killed both my Pokemon.
He took all my money.
He took all my money.
That
sounds like a song.
In a Pokemon game.
And I didn't want to battle him again. I didn't want to think about that fight ever again. But I wasn't sent back to the Pokemon Centre. I was still on Mount Silver. I told you. I was the very best. Red had reclaimed his status. This isn't a Pokemon Creepypasta. This is just stupid. I can't have you walking around training more and more and become better than me. You can understand that. I hope. He pushed my character of the mountain and just stood there. The screen faded to black and is displayed text at the end.
This is a weird story.
That is a weird story, I know. But it gets worse.
Yeah, sure.
Because when I went to the store to buy Pokemon Platinum, I saw someone in the reflection of the box. I looked around and saw a guy about my age wearing a red cap and a shirt with jeans. Are you sure you want this game? He asked.
Well, yeah, I am a big fan of
Who are you talking to, young man? The shopkeeper looked at me. Are you alright? You look like you just saw a ghost. Yes, thank you, I'm alright.
No. The narrator, thank you.
Do you want that game? It's really good. He pointed at Pokemon Platinum. No, thank you. I think I'll just go home. I haven't touched a Pokemon game for years, and even after all his time, I don't even think about completing a Pokédex 100%.
Categories: real life haunting, hacked game.
That was the stupidest story we've read on this show. There have been worse ones, but that was just stupid.
That was almost as good as Alex the Killer.
Oh,
Where they travel to hell.
Oh, do we have any? Is there any comments?
I think there's
3 comments. Yeah.
3. Let's see.
It's
If
not-
they ever load up.
Okay. Tell me all your secrets, oh wise one. All right, your turn.
Also could improve the dialogue and ending. Well, no shit.
Nah, it could use a lot of grammar checks.
And because we're masochists, we have the one more story on this PokEpasta Triple Edition.
Oh gosh.
This one will be read by Christian because I don't feel like reading, and it's a wall of text.
Oh
I
boy.
can read that.
I'll read it.
Well, you're the weird commenter, and I'm gonna take a break, and I'm just gonna comment. Go, Christian.
Fine.
Goku.
It's called Celebi's Murders. Oh man.
Doesn't this sound riveting?
Great.
One day I was messing around on Pokemon Gold with a Game Shark and I typed in a random code and it did work, but I sadly regret it. Celebi.
Damn, I regret Celebi.
But I sadly regret it.
Celebi.
That's what we meant
New
by a
paragraph.
When the game booted, it was normal. When I looked in my menu, I saw that the Pokemon menu was working. I looked in the menu and I had a 255 level Celebi.
He had 255 level Celebi.
I think he meant 25.
They're
He
all
just typed
they're all
25.
level-headed Celebis.
Yeah.
All right,
I headed to the lab to see that no Pokeballs were on the table.
you can do this.
Sorry, Dare. All the Pokemon are gone because this weird green thing came in and...
Dot, 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 dot. The text box closed to have another one appear.
The green thing killed them.
That was not kid-friendly, and I knew it.
You sure?
It was so weird to see kill in a kid's game.
Kill Bill.
When the text box closed, Professor Elm went into a corner and started crying.
You see Professor Elm?
It played.
Kill them! The green thing!
Elm started
Kill them!
and started crying. It played a soundbite of someone crying.
You just hear like 8-bit like...
I heard a voice in the soundbite.
They did good. They helped us. They helped trainers. I will miss them.
My controls locked, and I started going forwards.
Dot 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 dot.
I knew that was me speaking,
That's not speaking.
but the reply was a soundbite of someone screaming.
Get out!
I started to run out of the building. I went on to have a random encounter 7 years later. It was a happy-looking Pikachu. I had no Pokeballs, and so I went down to select fight, but the only option was death. Death. That was really weird.
Yeah.
So I selected it, not like I had a choice. What about run?
Oh yeah.
The box next to the box where it said death went away. There was a box next to it.
Yeah. What?
The box was replaced by a red background, which
Take
went
a shot.
up, which went up behind the other box with death in it. A red background. Celebi's name went away. So did Pikachu's.
Celebi wasn't in the story yet. What?
Celebi's name went away.
I mean, he was up here, but he didn't summon a Celebi.
True. So did Pikachu's. Pikachu looked like the Pikachu from Pokemon Lost Silver. Speaking
Oh
of
my
Lost
God.
Silver, this whole battle looked like the trainer battle from Pokemon Lost Silver. Anyway, Celebi's level went up. Oh, I thought it said went up his eyes. Went up to 1,000. And
It's
Pikachu's
over
level
1,000!
Pikachu's level dropped from 5 to 1.
Surround
Yeah,
sound.
Photoshop.
Look at the
That's
look at that
Photoshop.
awful
I
look
can
at
do
that stupid Microsoft Paint.
Actually, not even Photoshop. Yeah, Microsoft Paint.
That's Microsoft Paint.
Celebi's eyes were black, and I could see a little red spot near his eyes. How could you see that if it's like, you know, like facing away?
That's a good point.
A blood tear?
Take a shot.
Half of Pikachu's ears were gone.
No,
half,
they are.
Half of Pikachu's ears. That means one ear. Half of an ear. Half of 2 ears. So was half his tail. There's only one tail. There you go. Pikachu had a loud cry, and it was very sad sounding.
It's so dumb.
It sounded like a cry for help.
Really?
Celebi went floating over the screen.
It just came out of the game.
Over it and grabbed Pikachu. Celebi dug his face into Pikachu.
Wait! Celebi dug his face. So it wasn't Celebi dug his claws into Pikachu's face. It was just Celebi's face.
Pikachu was screaming, and I mean loud screams of horror. Celebi lifted his head to reveal part of Pikachu was gone. It was a magic trick. There was his bones pouring blood. His bones, like, they were alive pouring.
His bones were pouring?
Yeah, his bones, they're like... Hey.
No, the marrow!
He fell to the ground, and the screen faded back to the overworld. There was a blood splatter on me in real life, and I seemed to be crying. The screen faded to black, and back to see that a tombstone appeared.
Rest in peace, Pikachu.
I stared at that text, terrified. What was that?
What was that?
I could care less. When I walked away from the tombstone and I could hear Pikachu making a sad sound. He was crying. Oh, thank you for specifying making a sad sound. I just walked away trying to ignore it. Every random battle was even more gruesome than the last. The last battle where the sprite stopped changing, I saw a Sparrow, I think that's right. I don't play Pokemon that much. With his wings torn off. Okay, Spearow, whatever. With his wings torn off. No Sonic Heroes. You don't like no. With his wings torn off, and he was crying right when the battle started. His chest was cut open, and his beak was gone and replaced with a blood splatter. I don't care. I was ready to turn it off until Celebi stared at me with a very weird and eerie smile, and then a new screen come up.
What? The killer Celebi is evolving? We're all going to die. See, this would be scary, except it's not.
Celebi evolved into a weird version of Celebi.
That's not evolving.
But more gruesome.
Wait, what? I just read that next sentence. Celebi cut himself open to make you think he's cute.
That's cute.
If you don't think that, you may regret.
You may regret what you ate for dinner. You may regret.
Eric, do you want a drink? I'll go get you like a Coke.
You may.
Don't give me a fucking bottle of vodka. I can't read this shit.
The trainer battles were more gruesome than any battle. I know you already said that. When I went up to battle the first trainer... Oh, they meant wild battles. Okay. When I went up to battle the first trainer in the first gym, it just showed a video of Celebi. It showed a video?
Yeah, man. Look at this Game Boy. Great.
Of Celebi cutting open the trainer's throat, and he was screaming, "Help me!" You know, until blood poured out, and he made coughing noises instead of being, dead. He was sitting there on the overworld, dead. Oh, there we go. I thought it was in the gym. Yeah, it's in the first gym, so now he's sitting in the overworld.
Where?
It said the first trainer in the first gym. Now he's sitting there in the overworld, dead. Whatever.
I liked you better dead anyway.
I heard Celebi saying a weird, distorted voice. I went on through the game until the end. It did not do the normal credits, but instead it said 5 years later. I then saw the Pokemon Fire Red intro, which was weird because this is a Game Boy Color, first of all. Second of all, this is a Pokemon Gold cart. The game booted up.
Is that like Mario Kart?
Yeah, Mario Kart. No, they spell it cart, so it's a shopping cart. The game booted up, but when I selected a save named Future with 99999 How many nines are there?
Nine.
There's 8 nines.
There's too many portal references in this episode.
There's 8 nines and 999. Pokemon with 99999.
9999999.
Time I was pinned to the floor with Celebi on top of my bloody sprite.
I thought we were gonna read a good story this time.
Okay, Eric, read that little section.
You made me get through all of that.
A text box said,
You made me hunt every Pokemon there is. I'm sorry, dear, but I will have to do the same thing to you.
The Pokemon shut off and I heard a voice from behind. Are you ready? I looked and a bloody Celebi tackled me.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, Captain.
I could feel tears burst out of my eyes. Kind of like what the Pokemon felt.
What?
He started wait, he can feel tears bursting out of his eyes in real life? In real life? In real life, he's getting killed by a Celebi. He started digging into me. I could feel him scratching my lungs. I passed out soon after. Is there a male and female Celebi? There's only a female Celebi?
No, it's isn't it no?
Is it
gender?
male
Isn't it no
or is
gender?
it no gender? Because
It's
they
no
keep
gender.
referring to it as a him. So I passed out soon after. I woke up safe and
Homeboy
sound
would
in
get
my
so
bed.
mad at this story.
Go.
They'd be like, "It's a Z. You gotta call it a Z."
You just wait, dear. I will get you ready for when you die.
For when you will die. I felt safe again.
Oh yeah.
I felt safe. Now I know I'm gonna die. Not getting my lungs scratched.
Okay, how is this real? Celebi came out of the game to scratch your lungs. This is amazing.
Oh, my lungs are itching.
Melons. Woo!
I got up and turned on my Game Boy. That's the first thing you do. Pokemon Gold worked just fine. I sat on my bed and I felt scared. What? I felt safe again. 2 sentences later, I sat on my bed and felt scared. After Pokemon Gold working just fine. He's working. I never wanted to play that Game Boy again. Then why did you turn it on?
I never wanted to play that Game Boy again.
Yeah, 3 sentences ago. I got up and turned on my Game Boy. I sat there, thinking about what happened. I am sitting here typing all day.
Darn it!
I may be typing on my last breath. I really do feel sick. Read this pasta to remember me.
No, it gets better. 2 weeks later.
I went to the hospital and now I am fine. Are you joking? They said that my lungs had little cuts spelling out, I hope you were ready. How did Celebi get into your lungs?
The nurses asked him what happened.
As to what happened. I didn't tell them though because I had a fear of them thinking I'm crazy. Don't use Game Shark so much or Celebi will come for you. Just
Okay.
be careful.
Okay. A. Lungs are an air sac. You can't cut them. If
Or
you
you
cut
die.
them, it pops.
Also, another thing I'd like to say is that he said he went to the hospital, which means his injuries must have been really severe. So when he got up, he just had to turn on the Game Boy.
There's one comment, but it's the guy who gave that one a 10 out of 10. I don't remember what it was called. Pokemon Red. He gave it a 10 out of 10, and he says in this one, finds a random game shop on the floor. Yay! Hack all the Pokemon games! Hacks all the games and loses all the data. Oh, no. I rate 10 out of 10. That person I hope we never meet.
I don't want to meet that person.
I'm sure like 5.
Alright, so thoughts on Pokemon Red. Nothing.
Gamzee would have done a better job writing it.
Yeah. Okay. Thoughts on I Will Be the Very Best or whatever it's called.
Stupid. That was stupid.
That wasn't even creepy. That wasn't even a
That was
pasta.
just
That was
stupid.
terrible.
Alright.
It didn't
And
even
now
try.
thoughts on Celebi's murders. Other than
That
the
was a
fact that
painful thing to
I
read.
walked out because I got
That was
bored.
painful. That was very painful.
Anyway, this has been another terrible episode, the triple feature of Pokemon Awful Creepypastas. We will see you next time
And don't get attacked by a real life Celebi.
with some sexy fun.
And apple juice.
Hello, it's future Christian, although technically it's present for me, although technically it's going to be past for you. I don't care. But anyway, Alex isn't here, I'm doing this again.
Anyway, like, comment, subscribe if you like this video. You know, if you didn't like this video, then I doubt you watched to the end. But anyway, moving on. We have backlog pastas, and we're going to be uploading those over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, we have quite a few content. We're going to be getting that out. And that's about it. Goodbye. Don't get killed by Celebi.